That sure was some nightmare. It even left me with a monster headache. My head is killing me. My head feels like it's going to explode. An old-fashioned shower stall. These nightmares have given me a mean headache. A slightly worn old-fashioned bathtub. It seems like I've had this headache since I moved in. That's the hot water heater gurgling. Boy, my head hurts. I look great. Then again, the mirror is dirty. This dilapidated room gives me the chills. Must be the cold draft. This bed hasn't been slept on in years. Here's an old trench coat. I wouldn't be caught dead in that thing. There is a bulge in the pocket of the trench coat. Those wooden planks creak a lot. The entrance to this house must have seen countless guests come and go, but it's just me now. These leather-bound books remind me of my book collection still in storage. That's kind of unsettling. These old science books date back a long way. This old globe is a collector's item dating back decades. This secret room is dark and damp. A heavy twine rope. The walls seem hollow here. This attic is full of useless items left over from the previous owner. Some of these windows need to have the glass replaced. This trunk is locked with a rusty padlock. No use trying, it's really tight. Nothing in here. An old empty steamer trunk. A sturdy handle to the trunk. There's an old pocket watch. An old deflated soccer ball. An old newspaper. What a tremendous view of the town from up here. But the wooden railing looks as though it has seen better days. That's a gargoyle, one of those mythical creatures used to keep demons at bay. At least the lawn doesn't need mowing. This place is a shambles. Reminds me of my last garage. Now this baby could be a collector's item, if it were properly restored. It doesn't look like it's been used lately. There's a crowbar in the trunk. This car sure is old, but I think it could still be made to run. A real wood steering wheel. An old AM radio. There's a glove compartment. Doesn't appear to be locked. Here are a pair of old gardening gloves. There's an old diary inside this trunk. It's a calm neighborhood out here. My house seems somehow out of time, a relic of a dark past, or perhaps a dark future. The road seems strangely empty and unoccupied. This town looks unnaturally quiet. What a quaint general store with a little bit of everything for day-to-day existence. There's a container of Russian sardines. The counter looks as though it has been polished for hours. There's a bottle of cheap scotch. There's a can of pitted olives. There's a can of insecticide. There's a package of crackers.
Serve yourself, Mr. Dawson. That's the last bottle of scotch. Boy, Delbert's gonna be mad.
Hi, you must be Mike. I'm your neighbor, Delbert. Why don't we get together tomorrow? I'll meet you outside your place at 6. You're a writer, huh? I'm a lawyer by trade. Why don't you take one of my cards?
library, a venerable repository of knowledge. It guards its bounty behind a handsomely decorated structure. Looking at the fountain makes me very thirsty. The water feels so cool and refreshing. This room reminds me of my study, full of leather-bound books.
This card really should be kept with the book. You'll find that one in aisle C. It's the one with the green cover.
Sure is quiet here. You could hear a pin drop. The rows of books in the library stacks all look pretty much the same. There's a green book with a scrap of paper hanging out of it. Here's an entry to an old cemetery, overgrown with weeds. These archways give me a sense of foreboding. This place looks like no one has been around to tend it for a long time. There's no name on this stone. G. Threepwood, rest in peace. Sherry Days. Harcourt Fenton Mudd. He was no tribble at all. J.T.K. S. Nostromo. Rest in peace. John Campbell. Here lies a man who saw beyond time's horizon. Bobby Jacobs. Never thought you'd end up here, did you? The inscription has eroded with time. These are ancient symbols covering this mausoleum. But I'm not up on my Egyptian. It worked. The door opened. Feels like a cold draft just hit me. Or is it just my nerves? The names on these caskets have faded away with time. These pillars hold up the mausoleum. Joe Tuttle, beloved butcher. Patrick Tuttle, beloved grandfather. Julia Tuttle, beloved mother. Leonard Tuttle, beloved son. Gary Tuttle, beloved cousin. There's a clock key among the ashes.
Hello?
Hello, Mike. This is Sue at the library. We have a book on hold for you, so please drop by sometime.
That's an uninviting looking bed. Gothic artwork. Certainly not my style, but it came with the house. She's an extremely beautiful woman. She seems busy and rather preoccupied with her job. The librarian's desk seems to have a never-ending stack of books to check in. These old library books date back a long time.
Hi, Mike. Here's the book that was put on hold for you.
That's a chilly draft blowing through this decrepit old living room. A masterpiece of the macabre. Its eyes follow me relentlessly. An old velveteen couch. An old oak table. An old Victorian chair. There's a piece of paper taped to the mirror. The window panes have clouded with time. I can barely make out the yard. This grandfather clock reverberates an ancient, endless tempo. There appears to be a plaque inside, but I can't make out what it says. This watch doesn't seem to be working. I feel sleepy. I think I will go to bed now. Both my headache and these nightmares are getting worse. The clock casing is locked for some reason.
An unnatural glow emanates from the chamber. Strange machines provide energy, nourishing the creatures cocooned in their sacks. The horrible shape twists and writhes as it hangs from its biomechanical umbilicus.
This wall of skulls seems to be almost alive. These look like the plans for a gruesome biological experiment on a human. I don't think there's anything in the world I could do to open that door. Strange alien smells are rising from the half-dead creatures encased in these glassine prisons. There's an empty case, just waiting for the alien's next victim. This is some alien experiment that appears to have gone wrong. The poor creature is still half alive in there. there's a ramp that leads to a raised platform. That machinery hum sets my teeth on edge. I feel like a cold wind just ran through my bones. That machinery hum sets my teeth on edge. There's a pair of binoculars. Has someone been here before me? This cold and creepy landscape does not look like an inviting place for a picnic. There's a strange lever projecting from the side of the edifice. This is the outside of the alien edifice. It reminds me somewhat of the front of my own house. These petrified images of this alien forest remind me of something I had nightmares about as a child. All my gut feelings tell me not to go in there. However, nothing ventured. It smells like a hospital waiting room here. Perhaps it would be safer to return home now. This alien park was obviously engineered by creatures with a bizarre and cruel sense of humor. J. Poosh, may he rest in peace. R. Leibowitz, a canticle for his deed. J. McKeegan.
Come here, Dawson. I want a word with you. You're under arrest, Mr. Dawson. Come with me.
What a cold and uninviting place. I never thought I'd be spending a night in here.
A friend of Dilbert's, huh? Come with me, Dawson.
This is the inside of a police station.
Good to see you, Dawson. Follow me.
This must be the neighbor's yard.
Boy, that's smooth. Thanks for coming by, Mike.
The main lobby of an alien jail. They could use a new decorator.
So that's where my gun went. You're going to rot for a few centuries, human.
Alien graffiti scars the walls. No one who enters here ever leaves alive.
corridor leading to freedom.
Greetings, human. I am Sargo, prisoner of this dungeon for 9 years. I am prepared to give you the gift of invisibility in exchange for my freedom.
The sign over the doorway, if you could read it, would tell you this is the Dreketh's Guards Recruitment Center. Before you is the Recruitment Center, where genetic engineering is being conducted on the recruits. You're in the Great Archive Chamber. Many of the ancient secrets are available here for those who know how to access them.
I'll bet this is the main archive's access screen. I can't reach the screen. Besides, it's not a touch screen.
Greetings, Michael. I've been sending you messages over the radio. The ancients have implanted an alien embryo into your brain. If born, this creature will destroy you and all of mankind. You must find the ancients' power source and destroy it. Also, the police in your world are under the control of the ancients. Avoid them at all costs. Hurry, and good luck.
Both my headache and these nightmares are getting worse. This dark room looks like it is seldom used. A reader for viewing microfiche films. Nothing but books, books, and more books.
Try turning on the viewer.
I better not eat anything coming from this kitchen until the cleaning lady has disinfected it. This stove is hissing, and there's a faint smell of gas here. I bet the pilot light is out. The sound of water dripping on that rusty old sink reminds me of how fast time is passing. The refrigerator doesn't seem to be running. A strange odor seems to be coming from inside. The door is stuck. I wouldn't want to see the food in here anyway. Here's an extensive collection of empty wine bottles. The previous owner must have had some reason to drink. There's a loose flagstone with a hole bored into it. Puis Fusé Chanoc contre Che, 1961. Not my cup of tea. These are empty red wine barrels. There's a set of keys. Under the rock was a set of keys. There's a horrible and ancient-looking alien leering at me through the frost-covered viewport.
You have dared to touch an ancient. You die.
The alien's power source appears to be located in this chamber. Looks like an organic computer that directs power to the ancients. This is the heart of the power nexus. I feel it vibrating with alien energies. The stone seems energized and warm to the touch. If I used my unprotected hands, they would fry in an instant. The stone seems energized and warm to the touch. The stone seems energized and warm to the touch. The stone seems energized and warm to the touch.
Remember, anything seen in the mirror is not real. Only the mirror itself is real.
The motor starts. This large room looks like a control center. There's the control console.
You have just engaged the main engine startup sequence. I'm not really sure why I'm here, but I just felt drawn to you. I know it sounds strange, but what's even more strange is that I found these pills in my purse. It's a prescription filled in your name for relief of severe headaches.
I'm just beginning to understand.